So here we are at Leadership Unplugged in Atlanta 2019 with my very good friend, Ms. Heather Henry. She is a Director of Talent Mobility at Netflix. Heather, thank you so much for being with me.
Thank you.
How are you?
Here.
Yeah,
I'm
so
great.
you know what, Heather, as a member of our board of directors, it's Throwback Thursday. You know what that gives us permission to do?
What, Peggy?
Girl, let's drink.
Okay.
Let's drink. Let's bring
Let's
it.
do
Let's
this.
make this happen. That's right. This is going to make this interview go all the better. I know it. There you go. Here we go. Cupcake.
Cheers.
We'll drink to leadership on the board, and you're
I
one
like
of them.
it.
All right, here we go. But speaking of good leadership, though, where did you go to for inspiration, and who do you look to for role models in leadership?
That's a great question. And for me, it started in the early days. My mother, may she rest in peace, but she was a formidable woman, very focused, and was where I first learned about movement or mobility. Born in the West Indies in Jamaica, and left the family and came to England to kind of make a life for us and everyone. And she was really my role model because she taught me that you can do anything that you want to do. And so at a young age, I learned about mobility, about just being focused, and that I could be anything that I wanted to be.
So you lived this, right? I mean, you were a living example of what our industry is.
Absolutely.
So no, that's fantastic. So tell me a little bit about, then you talked great qualities that you gained from your mother. Where do you see moving those along to the people that look to you for leadership?
Another great question. I think for me, you touched on it. You know, I have lived mobility, and I think that is actually a good prerequisite to actually deliver those services. And so leaving London about 7.5 years ago, moved to the East Coast in New York. I'm now on the West Coast, but that kind of gave me a different insight. And also being a part of this organization, I think it was actually really good to kind of understand the nuances of mobility and knowing it wasn't just kind of putting things on a ship and getting things done. There's a lot more to it than that. And so for me, my personal quest is really to give back and mentor and support folks as I receive that support and mentorship as I move through this arena. And so being involved in this organization, I think, has given me that platform to do that.
Yeah, no, that's completely awesome. So, you know, one of the things that, you know, I want to talk a little bit about in the job, because we talk so much on the, you know, on the personal side, how do you bring that into your team then at Netflix?
You know, the passion is really there, but also making it fun, I think, is actually key. You know, doing what we do, over the years, it's been a thankless task. I think that mobility right now, people are kind of looking at it as that from that strategic aspect, right? You know, so how can we attract, retain, develop, and give a really great employee experience to people that we move around? And so it's kind of like, you know, building up the team, pushing them to be innovative, to think outside the box. And, you know, I've had a colourful career, and now I've landed in a place where we actually have the opportunity to do that. So it's not focused about costs, it's around that employee experience.
You know, and what I think is so cool about that, because it's almost like, I'll use an Oprah full circle moment, because you started on that journey because you lived it, and then you led through it, and now you've got this team, and as they're going through this, you can say, you know, I've been there, now I know, because it's strategic, but I can tell you what it's like to be that person that has to move, because so many people in these roles never had that, and that's been your life's journey.
It has been my life's journey. Like I said, I think it's so key. I mean, I've done the international move, and now I've done the US domestic, which are two totally different things. And when you think about putting yourself in the shoes of the transferee, it's so key. You know, what I do charge my team with is having that amount of empathy, and I'm not really sure how you can really do that or teach that unless you kind of, you know, walked that path as well. So,
walk in their shoes, as we say. So a leadership quality is the number of shoes a lady packs on their trips. So what's the number? Are we in double digits or triple digits?
So before I answer that specific question, if I may.
Oh, yes.
I actually did relocate US domestically from the Bay Area to Los Angeles. Before we packed up, someone said to me, how many pairs of shoes do you have? I did a count.
Oh, girl.
And I stopped at 230.
Oh, my heavens to Murgatroyd. 230 pairs of shoes?
But, you know, I was then able to leverage, you know, some of the provisions that we provide to people, and I basically downsized a bit.
What, to 229? Oh my gosh, you, my friend. Hey, thank you so much for being here. Yes.